there's some interesting news coming out of the Netherlands today because the Netherlands is set to launch cannabis legalization pilot program in December. I mean, I thought the Netherlands already had Amsterdam, so this is a little confusing, but nonetheless, the Netherlands is officially launching its pilot program to legalize the sale of adult use cannabis in the country in December. The program aims to assess whether coffee shops in the participating municipalities will receive authorization to legally sell cannabis. I mean, why wouldn't they? As announced in February, the Netherlands is set to launch a pilot program to explore the legal sale of cannabis. This initiative, which has experienced multiple delays since receiving Senate approval in 2019, has now officially confirmed by the Dutch government to start in December 15th. The pilot program will involve participation of the cities of Breda, Tilburg, where selected coffee shops from these municipalities will be initially allowed to sell both legally grown and tolerated cannabis products. And the toleration is in quotation marks, everybody. That is real cute. It also goes on to basically say that, in fact, unlike what many think, the Netherlands has never legalized cannabis. However, since the 1970s, the country has implemented a tolerance policy towards so-called soft drugs like cannabis, a policy known as, I can't even pronounce this, Jedojebblid. This policy allows cannabis sellers to operate their businesses without the fear of prosecution and has led to the proliferation of coffee shops throughout the country. In the initial phase of the plan, coffee shops in Breda and Tilburg will receive their cannabis from 2 official cannabis growers. During the first 6 weeks of the program, coffee shops will be allowed to obtain cannabis supplies from their existing illegal market suppliers as they transition out while the new legal suppliers are phased in. Developments in the startup phase will be monitored, and if there are significant concerns regarding public safety or order, the program might conclude prematurely. Furthermore, this assessment of the pilot program will be shared with other participating cities to enhance processes and systems for a smoother transition phase. The announcement of the program to legalize the sale of cannabis products comes after Amsterdam imposed certain restrictions on consuming cannabis in public spaces in order to prevent noisy tourism, they say. The Netherlands is to become the second European country to launch a pilot program on the sale of legal adult use cannabis and the first within the EU member states. The pilot program model, designed to assess the advantages and disadvantages of adult use legalization, was launched by Switzerland, which is not part of the EU, last year and is currently active in several cities. The launch of the pilot program is significant for both Netherlands and the European Union, and the tolerance policy in the Netherlands has faced criticism over the years, and the policy has led to a situation where organized crime groups engaged in illegal drug trafficking have been allowed to supply and become the primary source of larger quantities of cannabis and other drugs. Therefore, the potential legalization of cannabis sales in the Netherlands may significantly impact the cannabis industry in the country through increased tax revenues, improved product quality, and possible investments, they say. From the European perspective, the pilot program model may represent a smooth strategy for other European countries to aim to legalize cannabis, and this will be part of the legalization process in Germany, whose government has recently approved the bill to legalize possession, cultivation, and the establishment of cannabis social clubs in the country, and it may be implemented soon, they say. However, European laws and international treaties still prevent countries from legalizing the sale of cannabis. Therefore, if the Netherlands pursues legalization, it will have to engage with the EU Commission to ensure that the proposed law aligns with international and European Union regulations. Well, I thought they had a pilot program going on for years as having these coffee shops, but nonetheless, I'm going to digress and see what y'all have to say about this Netherlands allowing for adult use in 2 cities. What do y'all think about this?
Let's hope they learn.
What's that, Dale?
Let's hope they learn something from our slow rollout here in the United States. It's a fucking disaster. Because who's going to become the new trap shops in Europe now? Because they're going to be there.
Yeah, but they already have all the infrastructure in place. They need to, if they want to do this, they need to just grandfather in all of the pre-existing stores that are already currently operating. They already have their distribution model set up. and just run with it that way, and then just work on integrating the supply through all of those retailers. I think this is set up for failure for the fact that they're only starting off with a couple of stores in a couple of cities, and I think it's
Well,
just going to be destined for failure.
let's just put our toes in the water just a little bit.
Exactly.
That's bullshit. It's not going to work because all these organizations that bring it in from places where we all want it, the Atlas Mountains and Nepal and shit like that, they're going to be considered criminal organizations. And organizing these folks to go through the distribution chains in Europe is going to be as difficult as trying to get California weed legally to New York, keep it at a trap shops. It's going to be a struggle.
Very, very, very true. Very true. What do you think, Stone? You've been to Amsterdam a couple times.
I mean, it's. I was gonna make a stupid joke. It's high time to make that shit official. But I totally see what Dale's saying. But I like the idea. I mean, do you think any of this comes from them seeing our local state and federal government pulling in cash, or do they wanting to finally get a piece of the pie?
Bro, they're able to get a piece of pie. They have permitted stores all throughout Amsterdam. This is why this is so weird to me. Like, they get money, they have permits, they have licenses.
They play the game there. They play the game there like we did in the Prop 250, the 420 days where, okay, you can defend yourself, so we're going to kind of leave you alone. It really doesn't cross all the T's and dot the I's for making this a legal, tested market where you can really invest, get banking, all the shit that we're struggling here in America. They're taking some tepid first steps, but these international conventions date back to times when they were just racist as hell over marijuana and what they call the soft drugs, and that's still got to be broken through because there is a lot of policymakers who really do not want this to happen. They're going to fight like crazy. So we'll be in an arm wrestling contest like we're in America. It's happening anyway, but can they wrap their arms around it? Well, we'll see.
What do you think, Gretchen?
I don't know.
You don't know? You don't care about the Netherlands?
Nope.
You don't care about the EU at all?
I'm focused on getting shit done here right now. So
You're
no,
focused?
I'm sorry, Jason Beck. I've been answering emails and texts and not listening to a word you say. Made the beginning of the show very enjoyable for me, not listening to a word you say.
Oh man, so rude today.
I know.
Jeez.
He's
Well,
smoking that
don't worry.
booth in the East Coast.
Don't worry, Gretchen. I have one more story to read, so don't worry. You're gonna get to hear my voice.
I can't wait because we love to hear you.
And this next one's a long one.
Great. Let me turn off my headphones right now.
I bet. You have any thoughts on this, Tony? EU? Netherlands. All right. We're gonna keep it rolling.
The reason why I don't have any say about it is because it's the same thing we say every single time, and clearly, I mean, I think everybody already said it. They already have all the infrastructure to do it. They're just not doing it. They're choosing not to do it. They're choosing to half-ass do it. It's not going to be done successfully because they're going to half-ass do it. I think everything that needed to be said was said already.
Yeah, I'm with it, and I do find it interesting that they think that the quality is going to improve because they have these two licensed providers out there, and I'm not buying that one for a second.
No, it's going to be boof.
Yeah,
it's going
exactly.
to be boof because no one out there is sophisticated enough in cultivating, and they don't take it serious because it's been touristy for so long that selling people booth full of seeds has been their thing since before I was born. So I don't think that it's going to change.
I don't think it's going to change either.